Take a look at the tail of tape for our main event. Triton Fights, featherweight title on the line. Ndregjoni, 3 years younger than Sterling. Both fighters weighing around the same weight here for the featherweight limit. With that, let's throw it up to the center of the cage. Triton Fights cage announcer Mark Fratto has the official introduction.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the space at Westbury here on Long Island, New York, USA. This is the main event for Triton Fights 10, presented by Tiger Life Energy. Tiger Life Energy has never tasted so good. The main event is scheduled for 3 rounds and will be contested for the Triton Featherweight Championship. It's presented by Tiger Life Energy and brought to you by Roar Organics. Reset, refresh, rejuvenate. The Meal Kitchen, the official meal prep of Triton Fights. Footlux of Long Island, sports medicine that helps improve athletic performance. LI Live Cryotherapy and Wellness. Virtual Realms, Beyond Average, and Cannes Sports Bar of Westbury, your destination after the fights. The main event is sanctioned by the ISKA. The New York State representative is former champion of the world, Chris Wagner. The judges are seated at cage side and controlling the action at the sound of the bell. The referee in charge is Anthony Ndregjoni. And now, once again, live from Long Island, 3 rounds for the Triton Featherweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, it's go time! Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5'7", he weighed in at 143 pounds. His impressive career record stands at 3-1. He wears blue this evening and hails from Uniondale, Long Island, representing Law MMA. Please welcome Kelvin, the Black Monk Sterling. Fighting out of the red corner is the reigning and defending champion. Standing 5'7", he weighed in at 145 pounds. His career record, 3 victories against 1 defeat. He wears black and hails from Tirana, Albania, representing AMA Fight Club. Once again, the reigning and defending Triton Featherweight Champion, Vilson Ndregjoni.
The entire sold-out space at Westbury on their feet for the main event of the night. Featherweight title. Owned by Vilson Ndregjoni. He is in the black and white. Kelvin Sterling in the blue, third man in the cage. Referee Chris Ndregjoni. We're underway.
We got 2 really good grapplers here. It's going to be interesting to see who initiates the grappling exchange first, and there it is immediately.
Ndregjoni with the early takedown here. 26 years old, fighting pride of Albania.
He might have one of the fastest shots that I've ever seen.
Lightning quick, Eric.
That's what impressed me the most in his last fight. He fought Fitzroy out of Long Island MMA, who's an impressive wrestler himself. And he was just able to take him down almost at will.
That fight was insane.
The pace was unbelievable.
We'll see what we got here. As for Kelvin Sterling, the name sounds familiar. He's brother of UFC bantamweight Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain will be fighting in January on the ESPN debut versus Jimmy Rivera. And I talked to him about what it's like to have a brother that's in the UFC. He says, man, it's amazing. I get inspiration. I get to spar with the very best. I get to train with the very best. And tonight, Kelvin Sterling looking to make a name for himself in this Triton Fight cage.
Vilson's got a guillotine set up here. Can't see how tight it is, but he lost it. Good job by Kelvin to battle back to his feet.
And for Sterling, this is the 5th fight of 2018. 1 year ago, he was making his debut. Fast forward a year from now, he's fighting for the featherweight title.
That guillotine looks deep.
Wait, is he tapping? He tapping? Is it all over here?
No.
Cranking that neck.
That's in deep, though.
He's got that neck cranked. Ndregjoni.
Losing the angle.
Sterling pops out.
Good job by Kelvin to defend that.
Almost a look of shock on Sterling's face when he got out of that one.
Oh, Vilson's back on another submission attempt here. He's got a rear naked choke in pretty deep, too.
Relentless action here from
under the chin.
Ndregjoni.
It's under the chin.
Kelvin's hand fighting, though.
1 minute remaining here in round number 1. Will Ndregjoni defend that featherweight title? Trying to make easy work of Sterling here.
Kelvin is defending well, though. He's cutting that angle. He's turning into that choke there. He's saying he's okay. He's turning into the gap of the bicep and forearm there. Very smart by Kelvin.
Going to his back and continuing to go for the choke might have been a mistake. When he was in that top position with him flattened out, he should have probably peppered him with a few shots and tried to loosen him up a little bit, do some damage, not burn the arms out as much. I've made that mistake and lost fights because of that.
Yeah, you know, in MMA, the hierarchy of positions and being aware of where you are is very valuable. But Vilson is just chaining together submission attempts impressively. Relentless
pressure from the champion, Vilson Ndregjoni. A dominating round 1 from the champ. We're going to move forward with the action here from the space at Westbury. Round number 2, we're underway here from the space at Westbury. Dan Canobio joined by Dave Del Rocca and Eric Gott. It's the main event of the evening, featherweight title.
I wonder if I'm Vilson and I just threw the kitchen sink at this guy and he defended all those submissions, what that does to you mentally. You know, sometimes when you're a great submission guy and you have 3, 4, 5, 6 submission attempts that feel like could have ended and the guy survives, where's that put you? Do you see him stick to that game plan or maybe try something else?
You know what? I think he feels he can take down Sterling and hold him on the ground and obviously keep him there. So, I mean, I don't really know. We'll see if he still has the same approach this round. When he gets him down, if he tries to go for submission after submission after submission, string them all together, or maybe he'll hit him a little bit.
Look at the size of Vilson's calves.
Massive.
Gigantic.
Manny Pacquiao calves.
Good inside leg kick by Vilson.
Vilson putting a different type of pressure on Sterling in round number 2 so far, a minute in.
Not showing any takedown attempts yet either.
Showing how well-rounded he really is, the fighting pride of Albania and our Triton Fights featherweight champ. Now, if you're Sterling here, you gotta start mounting some offensive attack, right, Eric?
He's a little bit longer. I'd like to see him poke that jab out there, sort of like he's doing. Maybe set up with a 2, but I think he's a little bit tentative because Ndregjoni just looks for that shot, as you saw just right there. He's just looking for Sterling to overcommit. Very nice, Sterling in on a single leg of his own.
Interesting, Vilson dropped to a knee in the defense there. I don't know if that was on purpose or he lost his balance, but it almost looked like he was doing it on purpose.
Referee Chris Antonosis right in there. Good referee all night. Anthony Ndregjoni, excuse me. Under a minute here in round number 2. Kelvin Sterling in the blue and gray. Champion Ndregjoni in the black, controlling this fight.
Kelvin's got to be careful where his head is right now. He's in potential guillotine territory with his head positioning.
Vilson has those short arms which make guillotines very, very easy to finish, as opposed to a longer arm person like myself. Makes guillotines a little bit more on the difficult side.
You could see Vilson's almost waiting for Kelvin to turn that corner to slap that guillotine. He's anticipating it. Yeah, he looks like he's anticipating it. He's waiting for it. He's got his right arm on the neck. He's looking like he's trying to time an arm in guillotine right now.
15 seconds here in round number 2.
Don't be surprised to see him jump it here when there's only 10
time.
seconds. He might take the opportunity when there's short time.
You know, Sterling has his leg pretty good.
Third and final round underway here. It's the main event of the evening. Vilson Ndregjoni in the black, Kelvin Sterling in the black, in the blue and
that was one of the most
impressive.
That was one of the most impressive takedowns I've ever seen. against somebody that also is a great wrestler.
Wow.
Especially the second attempt, you know, the reshot.
Been all Ndregjoni in this fight.
Kelvin's got a right underhook here, and he abandoned it as I said it.
Ndregjoni just applying constant pressure from the opening bell.
Looks like Ndregjoni's going to try. He's got that arm isolated. He may be looking for a head and arm triangle here.
Sterling's been tough. He's been game. He comes from a fighting family. His brother Aljamain in the UFC.
Kelvin being smart, he's battling that underhook. He's going to look to get on that hip and use that underhook now. He's going to try and create some space and get up.
Just think about it. 1 year ago, Kelvin Sterling was making his debut in this Triton Fight cage. And now he's in the main event. It's been a whirlwind year for Sterling, and he's hanging on tight here as Ndregjoni just keeps that constant pressure.
Vilson's got good head positioning here.
It's real difficult when you have a shorter stature fighter with that stocky build on top of you, and they're using their head and they're using their chest to pin you down. Here he's got Kelvin's back again, looking for that rear naked choke.
It doesn't look like he's under the chin.
It's just on that chin, but even when it was under the chin, Kelvin was real game, had great submission defense, and was able to thwart it.
Kelvin's turning. You look at, he's trying to turn into the choke there, which is smart. It's a real precarious position when someone has your back, but their back is on the cage. And as I say, Vilson adjusts and tries to get off the cage.
Closing in on the final minute here, round number 3. Vilson Ndregjoni making the first defense of his featherweight title. Got a very tough opponent in there with him, with Kelvin Sterling.
Sterling's got that 2-on-1, trying to pull Ndregjoni off his back, but just is unable to do so. He's on there, he's like a backpack.
The control.
Right. He's just like an annoying backpack, just festering on your back.
Oh, that looks like it could be deep.
It's still on the face, but that is very painful.
30 seconds here in round number 3. Ndregjoni looking to go home with his featherweight title. Still around his waist. A great performance so far from the Albanian.
Impressive control.
That's one word I would use to explain his style, is just controlled.
The third round ends much the same way the first did.
Great performance from the champion, Vilson Ndregjoni. We go to the scorecards here at the Space at Westbury.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a big Long Island round of applause for these two warriors in this championship matchup in the main event this evening. Having gone the 3-round distance, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this one in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and still the Triton Featherweight champion from Tirana, Albania, Vilson